Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and breaking news with Johnny Depp. Media is out there saying that Johnny Depp can't appeal his libel case against The Sun and now is ordered to pay almost $1 million in legal costs to the tabloid garbage that is The Sun. Now, obviously, this headline is frustrating. The fact that he was denied his first appeal is frustrating. What's even more frustrating is how the media just wrote it and how the media continues to write it. Now, I'm going to get into all this. I'm going to share you my thoughts, but I got to do this on every video I do because YouTube somehow doesn't want us to talk about this subject. We're not allowed to defend Johnny Depp, even though nothing in this video goes against any of the advertising guidelines. I am so careful to make sure I avoid and don't say specific topics or things. You guys know how this works, sadly. Who knows if this will get distributed widely? Please do what you can to share. Let's test. If it's monetized, that means YouTube's promoting it. So let's see. Did they monetize? Let me know if you saw an ad. All right, let me know either way. All right, but I just do that so you know what's happening with this video. Hopefully it'll get through. Some of them have, but oftentimes they don't. And this one's a little bit more of a touchy subject because we're talking specifically about Johnny and the accusations, etc. But look, what I really want to focus on is what the media, how they are covering it. Because if we go to the facts, of what happened, this is obviously the appeal was denied by the same judge that already decided it. This Justice Nicole, who... Look, the more and more I've read, you can watch some videos. I'll put the playlist up here. In fact, I'll put it right. It's gonna be right there. Watch the playlist. There's a video we even talked about, and there's more evidence that's been dropping saying that this justice should not have been the judge. There's a lot of questionable stuff about him, but the fact that he, of all people, is the one now is denying the appeal. Like, why would that even be a process? This makes no sense. Why would you go to the judge that made his ruling and say, "Hey, cool, we're going to appeal it." And then he gets to stamp and say yes or no. That makes no sense. But I'll explain because I did some homework. So the same judge who refused his permission to appeal last week, this is the same judge, Judge Nicole, who did it last time, and just refused his permission to appeal. I do not consider that the proposed grounds of appeal have a reasonable prospect of success. The judge also ordered the actor to make initial payment to Newsground Networks. What are they called? This is the Sun's parent company of almost £6 in the pounds. That it equals out to about 800 something million in the U.S. For publishers' legal fees. Oh my God! Oh my God! Can you imagine? Can you imagine having to cut that check? I mean, I feel so bad. That's just on top of your own legal fees. You have to then pay over $800,000 to the Sun of all places. I would be just infuriated at that. I feel, man, Johnny, I'm sorry. This sucks. But anyway, Mr. Justice Nicole said in his ruling, in substance, the claimant disagrees with my findings of fact. But for the reasons summarized by the Sun's barrister, the findings of fact by a first instance tribunal, particularly one such as myself, who has heard oral evidence, are rarely open to challenge on appeal. In any event, I do not consider that the proposed grounds of appeal have a reasonable prospect of success, and that is also the case so far as the grounds of appeal suggest that I erred in principle or in law, and there is not some other compelling reason why permission to appeal should be granted. So that's what it is. So this happened this afternoon. He has until December 7th to apply directly to the Court of Appeal to overturn his judgment. So that's this is the most important part. He has until December 7th to do that. And if you go out there, Real Lars, she does some good analysis. I got this from Come Play Some. But she confirms this is just a first level appeal. It's denied, and this was expected. They expected this to happen, given that the application in the lower court is relatively informal and does not require any additional filings to be made. Very little is gained by not first seeking permission from the lower court. They followed a natural accepted route, or they would have risked, upsetting the Court of Appeals if they had leapfrogged over Nicole. So now they can say they followed the rules and tried. This next level is more important. So let's see what happens and support him. They followed the protocol. Anyway, they expected this outcome. Next, they can file the Court of Appeals. Maybe Johnny Depp wants to concentrate on his resources on the other one, the one that's happening in the U.S. We got to support what he wants to do here, but this is a multi-tier process, which is part of the reason why this is frustrating. But if you look at the media, how they're labeling it, they're bringing up the term. This one, I don't have to be careful as how I show these because YouTube doesn't want me to show certain keywords. Johnny Depp denied appeal in WB libel case. Johnny Depp can't appeal libel case against the Sun. Judge rules can't appeal. That's a lie. He can appeal it still. He's going to continue to appeal it if he wants to, but he absolutely has an opportunity to take it up higher. That's ridiculous, these headlines saying he can't appeal. Refused permission to appeal. Denied appeal in libel case. That's more accurate. Denied appeal in libel case, owes almost $1 million legal fees. There it is, the Times, cannot appeal the Sun libel case and must pay these fees. Refused permission to appeal against da-da-da-da. Like, look at all this. Some of these are using keywords here I don't want to focus on too highly, but like, what are they doing? He can still appeal. This is one step of a very frustrating process. Why on earth would you want to appeal to the judge who clearly didn't judge properly, didn't clearly take in a lot of the evidence? I mean, step back from it all. Please go watch my breakdown again. I already did it earlier. I'll put it at the end of the video. Watch it at the end of the video if you're still confused about why. Because, look, there's too much evidence, and it's very confusing why the judge ruled how he did. This idea that there were a dozen instances of, the stuff that they're accusing Johnny Depp of is just... It's insane to me, given what you've heard. There's no proof of it. It's just insanity. And take all of that, right? Take that all away. Think about it. Just step back and think about it. Imagine Johnny Depp is guilty. Just imagine it for a second. I know we don't want to do that. It's impossible to do that. But just imagine he's guilty. Why would he have done this? Why would he be doing 2 lawsuits? Guilty people don't do that. It makes no damn sense. Look, the truth is, if you are confident and you are telling the truth, you go out and scream it to whoever will listen. Now, the sad fact is we have 2 people who are saying it's the truth, right? And in the culture we currently live in, one side often gets listened to more than the other. I'm talking men. They're not getting listened to. It's not right. And in this instance, this wasn't a clear-cut case. And this idea now that the media is going to start now lashing out at Johnny Depp again to say, well, see, he lost. He can't appeal. He's got to pay the money. Yep, see, he's a loser. It was all true. I mean, it's infuriating the way they handle all this. But at the end of the day, though, this was clearly a stupid, necessary step that they did. So don't lose your mind yet. We still got a lot still to figure out. Most people I've looked on, the experts in this story, they all agree he's going to file it again. And if he does, we'll be able to file it the suit. But in order to go to actually appeal Judge Nicole, he's got to do another step. But there's apparently a reason. It's an opportunity for the judge to make sure that he or she didn't miss something. It's an opportunity for them to really just go through and be like, yep, all right, cool. I didn't make a mistake. It's a protocol that you do apparently to make that happen. But look how the media is blowing this up and making this a thing. It's like, see, he can't appeal. He's lost. It's over. They were right. I mean, that's sickening what they're doing. It's sickening what they're doing, and it frustrates me. And we gotta be careful, be diligent. We want to make sure we know what this is. So, look, this is a step of the process. We have to see how Johnny is going to respond, given everything he said before about his, stance on appealing. I assume he's going to do that. But again, why would he do this if he was guilty? If he actually knows he did this, why would he do? Why he made this case? Why would he have? People wouldn't do that. No one's that crazy to just throw all the money away and ruin their career and then have the court confirm it. No, there's more to this case. Stay tuned. A lot more coming to this case. And while I have you, I want to talk about the Animaniacs story, because I know a lot of you were watching my previous story and getting frustrated. Some of you were getting frustrated with me. Look, we may disagree on this one, but I really don't. For those of you who don't know, there was a lot of flack about this Johnny telling lies, which was a joke, a parody of a stupid nursery rhyme viral video, Johnny Johnny. And I stand by what I said. I think a lot of us are... Here's what I want to say, and then I'm going to go to what the Animaniacs finally responded and said exactly what I said. Look, I understand some of you just aren't going to agree with this. That's your right. You can think what you want. But the frustrating thing is, most of the people who have found me and watch this and are Justice for Johnny diehard, who know it all, guys, we have more knowledge in our heads, especially now, than a lot of people did 3 years ago when that was written. I understand we're all coming in hot. We want to support. We want to give him justice, and that's right. And you're right. You can disagree with him. You can say no. There's fair. In this instance, knowing how production works, animation, I really don't think it was intentional. I do not think there was intent. And what's frustrating is if we emotionally just assume intent on people and start saying, "Oh no, this is all on purpose. This is all part of the conspiracy. They're all out to get him." Look, I guess it's possible. It is possible, but there's no proof of that. And now we have Animaniacs coming forward, and one of the stars of Animaniacs confirming that was not the intent at all. As he says here, he says this whole talks about it. This was an old thing, and a lot of fans are being mad at me, but it's this children's rhyme. He says it multiple times, but he says, I can tell you, nobody was looking to make it uncomfortable or cast aspersions against Johnny, Amber, or anyone. People co-opt that for their own uses. And I want to make sure you have all the information. Now Animaniacs is coming forward and say, guys, that is not what we did. This was done years ago. This was in response to a very popular nursery rhyme at the time. And that's what this was about. So I do think this one, that one could be something we shouldn't really get worried about, because look, there's already somebody out there who's using a lot of conspiracy theories and saying that we're all fake bots and doing things like that. And I worry, personally worry. I don't want to go down that hole of just giving you conspiracy theories for views. And please, I got to be honest and tell you where I'm coming from. I stand by this case with the evidence. And in this instance of Animaniacs, I worry there are too many people getting really hot about it without really a step back and say, oh, well, this one could have been an accident. And that's all I want to make sure was clear there. Let's make sure we're careful on that until I see evidence and someone says it. We can't just go and assume everyone knows everything about the case and that they're all out to do damage and have ill intent. I think that's where this can go dangerously. I don't want to be like AH. It's the reality here. So look, the real news today is this appeal thing, but again, it's not really news because it's a smaller step of the process. Stay tuned for that. Regarding the Animaniacs, if you want to see my take again, I'll put that at the end of the video. It'll be easier. That one and the Johnny Depp playlist will both be there. Check them out. Thank you guys always for supporting and watching. Let's try one more time. Did any ads show up in this video? I'll give you one more chance. Hopefully one did in the beginning, at the end, in the middle. If you got more than one, even better. It supports this channel and my coverage. Thank you guys so much for all of you who've been watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'm always here to be honest, keep things honest, hit all alerts. You can smash that like button. And if you disagree or you got something you think I'm missing, hit it down below in the comments or hit me up on social media. I'm always down to hear. I want to make sure I'm always getting my facts straight. So thank you for all of you guys who helped me out. Stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet. That's right. On the left, you got the Animaniacs video. On the right is my full Johnny Depp playlist. Watch it all. Top left, you can subscribe. Justice for Johnny Depp.